This live stream brought to you by Diet Cherry Pepsi. Not really. Once again, I'm a big fat liar. Hey, nobody's here yet. I'm exhaustedly tired, so we may cut this short if we're not having much interest, but we'll see. We'll give it a couple minutes here and see what happens. This gives me a chance to adjust things a little bit because I really didn't get it adjusted like I wanted to the first time, so at least it's working this time. I guess I should be happy about that. It is a little bit of a stormy Sunday night here in Superior, Nebraska. We have had some tornadoes in Lincoln and I believe the Beatrice area, which is both a little bit west of me, but we have some storm chasers to the north of our town right now, just a couple of miles. I was just watching them on Facebook, as a matter of fact. So waiting to see, listening up for the sirens and stuff. So if you see me disappear, maybe you have to go to the basement. We'll see. There were some tornadoes. I think a little bit of tornado damage in Lincoln today, just like an hour ago or so. So we'll see what happens here tonight. But Kale Happy Productions, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, man. How's it going? Just had a pretty good weekend and kind of relaxing and nothing too super thrilling this weekend. But I just took a nap, so that was pretty exciting. Okay, we got a couple people coming in now. That's cool. Kale Happy Productions is here. I see we got a couple others, but they're not talking yet, so that's okay. Hey, Becky Ware, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Good to see you. I'm still trying to wake up a little bit. I just woke up from a nap about 15 minutes ago, and then like I said, there were some storm chasers north of town here, so I was watching them for a few minutes, but I had to come on here. So hopefully I can stay here and talk to you. If the sirens go off, I'll probably get out of here, but we'll see. There's some tornadoes in the general vicinity today, so. We got 6 people. Cool. Got the car washed up pretty good yesterday. It's looking good, except for this pollen all over already, but Tell Happy got beautiful day, got your scat pack, never left the garage. Oh no. I got out for a little while. Just made a video and then drove around a little bit. And Just Dave, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. Good to see you. What's going on? Driving Ivan, what's up? We're sitting here. We got some little bit of storm action outside. There's been some tornadoes west of here, and we got some storm chasers up to about 5 miles north of town right now. So we shall see what happens here tonight. If you guys see me take off, it's probably because sirens went off or something. So you probably hear them if they did, because recovering from a wedding, that's always a good time. Too much partying, or did you have to be part of the wedding, or either way, it can wear you out. Yeah, I think all the wedding stuff is specifically made for discomfort. Clothing, shoes. Yeah, I drive it. Just hope the garage holds up. I'm leaving the car in there, so. Yeah, I would either run to the basement, or I may grab my camera and run to the Saturn and get out in the storm and see if I can get anything on video, which I have done in the past a lot of times. But oh, you stood up in the wedding? Cool. So yeah, you had to do the clothes and the shoes and all that stuff, and discomfort. And then cutting the grass. Yeah, that's probably the worst job in the world. There's not too many things I'd rather not do than cut grass. I do not like cutting grass. I'm not a yard work person. I really, luckily for me, Kim enjoys yard work, so I really don't like it. As far as I'm concerned, I would keep it just nice enough so the neighbors don't complain. That's all I care about. But I know some people care a lot more about that. It's just not my thing. Yeah, driving Ivan. I heard about that, and it just came out. I think it just became available. I saw something today that it already sold out. All the available Elephant crate engines are already gone. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It was like a post on Facebook, so I'm not sure whether that's true or not. But that's what I heard earlier today. I don't remember how many they were planning to build or built or were available or whatever, but I read something today that they were all accounted for now. So driving Ivan, yes, it is sold out. Okay, I was what I didn't read the whole article or anything. I just kind of skimmed over it. I was like, interesting. Yeah, 30 grand, which is a little, that's pretty steep. But if you think about trying to get 1,000 horsepower out of something, you're going to spend a ton of money. So it's really not. I bet if you sat down and started doing the math, it's not all that crazy, really. Just Dave, sunburn. Yeah, I am very very white. I sunburn pretty easily, so I have to be super careful in the sun. I haven't gotten a sunburn in a few years. One of my goals every summer is no sunburns and as few mosquito bites as I can get. I've done pretty good the last few years about sunscreen and staying out of it and realizing I'm in it for too long if it's been too long to get out. And I've also been good about protecting myself from the mosquitoes. I've only gotten a few bites the last few years. They're pretty bad out here. This year it should be bad. It's been really, really wet. So I'm imagining we're going to have a bad mosquito year. So see if I can go sunburnless and mosquito bite relatively free this summer. We'll see. I don't know. What can the fans get for $4.99 a month, bro? I don't know what that is. I know some channels have a thing you can join and you get extra something or another for the $4.99. I really don't know. So yeah, damn mosquitoes are horrible. I hate those damn things. I've got something on my arm right now. Something got me. I think it was a spider though. I haven't seen any mosquitoes yet. It's a little early for mosquitoes here. It was I think it was 80 degrees today, so that was pretty cool. Dominic, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming. Good to see you again. Yeah, I think we hit 80 degrees here today. Temperatures dropped pretty good now. It's getting windy outside, and it got real dark real quick. So we shall see. Becky, you've already got mosquitoes there. You guys probably get them a little earlier than we do, I would assume. Because I think we got probably another month before we start worrying about mosquitoes here. Maybe not a whole month. Probably sometime this month, I would guess. Yeah, Matthew, that wasn't the greatest review ever, but the power washer works pretty good. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. Like I said, you got the power cord, the garden hose, and the hose on the unit itself. And when you're trying to wash the car, you don't want to be constantly trying to untangle it because you got soap on the car and you don't want it to dry. And it was a little bit of a pain in the butt. By the time I was done, I had a pretty good mess of stuff, and I think it took me almost as long to untangle and clean up the stuff and put it away as it did to actually do the job of washing the car. But it did work pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with it. And for the price and everything, for that much, that's the most powerful one I could find for that price. It was electric, so pretty happy with it. Not sure about the foam cannon that comes with it. I couldn't get, as you guys might have saw in the video, I couldn't get much foam going, so we'll see. I don't know. Just Dave, yeah, we get green skies. As a matter of fact, it was pretty green out there. And the guy I was watching, he's actually a friend of mine. He lives just down the street. He's one of the storm chasers I was watching, and he was talking about it being green up where he was. It was definitely green. So, Joe Zuber, welcome. What's going on? Missed the last couple Sundays. Yeah, good to see you again. Cool. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Dominic, it's a pretty good deal for the price. Obviously, there's much nicer ones out there, but they're gas and they're a lot more expensive. I think you have to get up more to the $300 range for a gas one that's decent. So, and then they go up from there. But for an electric one, for a guy like me who's not going to be, you know, I'm not using it for industrial purposes or anything like that. I'm just going to be washing my car with it. So we'll see how long it lasts. That'll be another part of the review. If it kicks it in a year or 6 months or 2 years or whatever, we will, of course, let you guys know about that too. But even if it did in a year, I wouldn't be too upset. Becky, you enjoyed the video comparing the Prius and the Scat Pack. Yeah, I thought I was going to do a little bit more in depth. That we were going to do a little race between them today, but by the time I got the rest of the video written out and taped and planned, I decided to make the race between the Prius and the Scat Pack a little bit as kind of like its own video. We'll do that later on. Hey, Chad Campster, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Fat Boy R6, what's going on? That's High Octane Hemi there, Fat Boy R6. No, I do not speak Spanish. Very little. You know, nothing. I don't speak Spanish. It is Cinco de Mayo, though, so, you know. We had tacos for dinner, guacamole and queso dip, and yeah, it was pretty good. There you go. Olé. Uh-oh. I forgot to. I should have hid my drink from. Not supposed to be drinking that. Yeah, you really can't, Just Dave. I could probably, if I had to just do one genre or whatever of food, that would be it. Mexican. I love it. So, love Chinese too. I love Italian, but if I had to pick, I'd probably stick with Mexican. Yeah, Fab. Well, you got the bike too, so yeah, now's the time to be riding for sure. So, yeah, for sure. No Jack Daniels for me. Just Diet Cherry Pepsi. They had 4 6-packs for $10. I couldn't resist. Yeah, Matthew, the wheels install's coming up. I got to get off my butt and get that done. And yeah, it's just I got to get it organized and do it. I've been working and doing stuff here at the house and a lot of stuff going on. I just haven't really. I think I'm just going to take it to a place here in town, have them throw them on there for me. I need to talk to the guy first, though, and make sure he'll do it for a reasonable price. I don't have a jack, so that's an issue. I would just do it myself, but. And we'll get those on and video of that, and I'll take some video. I'll show you the stuff that came with it, the black lug nuts and the locks and all that stuff. So, yeah, Chad, I know. I don't know why I drink the damn diet. I got just what I started drinking it a long time ago, and I just kind of stuck with it. And I need to quit pop altogether. I can't. How many weeks in a row have I said that? Like the 4th week in a row I've been talking about that. What do I think of the Toyota Celica that Scotty Kilmer always mentions? I don't know anything about Toyota Celicas. I know very little about Toyotas, even though we have one. The only reason I know anything about them is because of the one that, you know, I came into when I met Kim. She had that one, so I don't know anything about Toyotas. They don't really interest me that much. Been to Toyota dealerships a few times lately because we're thinking about getting another Prius, but other than that, I don't know anything about Toyota. So. Just tasted. That's why I only puts a little pop with your Jack Daniels because that's unhealthy. You don't want to get too much of it in your Jack Daniels. Straight Six Fan, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, we got a pretty good crowd building up in here. The first couple minutes, I didn't have anybody, so I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just go take another nap. But yeah, and Fat Boy, I know. I just need to do it. I know it's hard though. I was thinking with this new job because I don't have any pop to buy at work because like I did at the grocery store, it was always in front of me, and I haven't been bringing any to work with me. I just been bringing a cup of coffee every morning. I thought it would be easy. Then maybe I could get through the day without it. I could just keep, stick with that. But I need to stop. It's like the only really bad thing that I do. So I guess I keep rationalizing it that way. Like, well, it's the only bad thing I do, so it's okay, which doesn't make it okay. But Straight Six for thanks for forming that group, dude. That's awesome. A great idea and really cool. ET Racing. Hey, Joey, Sean Scat Pack, is you ready for the track? You got it under 4,000 pounds. Wow, cool. Went on a diet, huh? Got that thing on a diet. Got some stuff off of there. Cool. Under 4,000 pounds. That's pretty good for a challenger. Joe, the new job's getting better. I'm still the dumb guy at work, but I'm not completely stupid anymore. I can get through some. I can do quite a bit of it on my own now. So without asking questions every 2 seconds. So I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm also feeling better about asking questions because I'm feeling more comfortable. If I have to turn to them for help, I turn to them for help. So, and they don't seem to mind, and they openly told me, "Don't worry about it. Ask all the questions you need to," and all that kind of thing. So I'm feeling a little bit better about it. Tomorrow's my long day though, which I know isn't a long day, but I work 6 days and they're all short, except for Mondays are like a full day at work. So the other days are all little short days. So, and now my Mondays are like, oh, it's a big long day, even though it's still shorter than what I worked every day at my old job. So I don't know why I feel like it's a long day. Chad Capture says his new Lexus hot rods start at $67,000. Would be cool comparison with a Scat Pack. I haven't checked. I have to check into that. That's cool. Your dad used to drink Tab. I think Tab is still out there in some limited quantities. I'm not sure. I remember Tab when I was a kid. Didn't it come in like a pink can or something? Yeah, everybody. Just for anybody who doesn't know, Fat Boy R6 is high octane Hemi. He lives down in Salina, Kansas. Has a good a couple. He's got a couple YouTube channels actually. So. Yeah, ET racing to get down to the 11s, 11.8, 11.9. Definitely good for a 6-speed. Really good. That should be really cool to watch, and hopefully see that happen. And even just watching going for it, that's cool. So Brian says Hellcats can be better than sex. I bet. What am I? I may be thinking of the wrong thing. I don't think you can find Tab anymore. I'm thinking of Fresca. Fresca is the one that you can still find. It's like a grapefruit flavored, kind of like Squirt, Diet Squirt almost, but which I like a lot. I like the Fresca. It's pretty good. Just Dave says, glad GM is changing the Camaro. You want to get one now. Plus, nobody can sit in the back seat. I'm still looking forward to that new Corvette coming out. That should be pretty cool. I think July. So we'll see. It should be pretty cool. Do I believe in ghosts? Yeah, I do believe in ghosts. Whoa. I can hear a storm out there. The rain is pounding and the windows are starting to flex from the wind a little bit. Uh-oh. You guys might witness my house falling apart live on. Straight Six hopes to have a video up about the wife's new car in the next week. You're supposed to buy it tomorrow, but you have a bunch of stuff queued up. Cool. I wish I had more videos lined up. I got a couple ideas, but Chad Kempster says the best thing about Tab was that no one would steal it. It tasted horrible. It's terrible. There's a few when my kids lived at home, they pretty much would eat it everything, when they're kids and teenagers are. But there was a couple things that I liked that nobody would ever touch. So like blue cheese. I love blue cheese, and that would always be all mine because nobody else would touch it. So Fat Boy, you're getting tornadoes. Yeah, did you see Lincoln, Nebraska got some today, and we're under, I think, a watch or something here. Some I told everybody earlier, a couple tornado chasers just a couple miles north of me. So we're live streaming on Facebook, and the storm is here now. It's really pounding out there. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, just Dave, we don't get too excited about ask Fat Boy. When a tornado's just a tornado. We live in this area, so we get a lot of them. So it's kind of like, well, whatever. There's two options for me. I usually most of the time I grab my camera and go out and well, now it would be the Saturn that I would get in because I wouldn't be worried about damaging that. But it used to be like my pickup that I had. So grab the camera and get out in and try to get video, which I was successful at before. So, and actually, I've told you guys before, my video made the Weather Channel and Good Morning America and like dozens and dozens of like little local news stations and stuff. So I was pretty excited about that. Got my name in the corner of the screen. Streaming uninterruptedly while full blast tornado on the way. Legend. I don't think there's a full blast tornado on the way. If there was, I probably would leave. 570 Experience, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you back. Hey, we got a good crowd, 18 people. Cool. You guys might be able to hear that thunder in the background. I'm not sure if you can hear that or not. This mic is pretty good, so. I hope lightning doesn't strike. Lightning struck a tree out front last year, and I about jumped out of my skin. The whole house just flashed, and the tree was all burned down and stuff. And well, it was close. It made everybody in the area jump out of their. It was pretty scary. 570 Experience says no work today. I'm on vacation. Cool. So anyone who watches me will be making videos while in Las Vegas. I want to go to Las Vegas. I've never been to Las Vegas. I've been to Reno, Nevada, but not Las Vegas. You've been thunderstruck. Now that song stuck in my head, just Dave. The rain's really coming down. I can hear it. I should take this out to the porch. Ooh. 570 Experiences. Thank you, man. Thanks for the $2. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Says everyone hit the thumbs up. Yeah, that would be nice. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thanks, 570. Appreciate that a lot, dude. Thank you so much. Mopar or no car, says Brian. A little picture of a tractor there. Awesome. Whenever you hear a thunderstorm, you think of Jurassic Park. Hey, Jean Paul, what's going on? We're dodging tornadoes down here, John Paul. Stay up. You probably want to stay up where you're at. Nice crowd. It's almost getting hard for me to keep up on the comments. Awesome. Can I telework? I don't know what that is, so probably not. Yeah, tornado season down here. But it is really coming down. I can hear it. It's pounding. Sub-Zero J-Ray Gaming. Hey, Joey, I'm currently waiting for my Scat Pack Shaker. Can't wait. Cool. That's a long wait, isn't it? When we were waiting for our car, it was every day seemed like a week, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, but it's all worth it in the end. You're going to be really, really happy with that car. So 570 Experience wants to know if anybody knows any car scenes in Vegas. Anybody know anything about Vegas? car-wise, car scene-wise? I sure don't know anything. Yeah, John Paul, we're pretty much used to this stuff down here, so. John Paul, the latest news of my new wheels is they're sitting in the garage. I haven't gotten around to getting them on yet, but I will and get it on video and show everybody the car. Hopefully they'll hook up a little bit better than the ones that are on there now. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, we'll get it. We'll get that done. I feel like I said, these guys, I'm going to take it to the tire shop here in town, have them throw them on for me. I'm going to see what they charge for that. Hopefully not too much. I don't have a floor jack. I don't have any kind of jack. The car doesn't come with a jack. So anyway, I'll probably just take the stuff over to them and have them throw them on for me. Seb Joe J Gaming, I have a question though. Do you like the stock Alpine system? A lot of people complain about it. I personally think it's fine. Like I'm not. I like the sound of the car so much that I'm not super into the whole car audio thing anyway. And I listen to like metal for the most part. Like 90% of the time, I'm listening to like pretty hardcore metal stuff. So it sounds good for that kind of music. It depends on what you're into music wise. If you want something with a super thumpy bass, it's probably not going to make you get too excited. But I think overall it's a pretty good sound system. It sounds pretty good to me. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but like I said, I have it off most of the time anyway, because I like to hear the car. So Keith Williams, hello. Keith says he's owned a 2018 Scat Pack Shaker Challenger for a little over 2 weeks now. As a new owner, what's your best piece of advice for a new owner like me? Oh man, I don't know. Be very careful, and don't let the car get away from you, because it can. And I'm looking into some new tires. And I would also say, if you can afford to, go get it ceramic coated. I wish I had done that. Probably one of the things I regret not doing right away when I got it. Yeah, John Paul, I will. I can't wait to make the video. Actually, I can't wait to have them on there. I hope everything goes okay. I hope there's no rubbing or anything. We'll see about that. But I guess if there is, that'll be another video. So that's okay. Dominic thinks the Alpine's pretty good. That's what I'd say. It's pretty good. I mean, I can tell that it's not the greatest, but it just depends on what you're into. If you're looking for the world's greatest audio system, that's not it, but it sounds fine, and it sounds good. I can get it up pretty loud, and it doesn't distort, and it sounds good to me for my purposes. It's just fine. It's great. Yeah, try not to get any tickets. Yeah, Sub-Zero. I know some people have put some subs in there with just the system like I got, and they seem to be happy with that. So that's probably a good idea. Life. Hello, Life. Should you plastic dip your spoiler? I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should they plastic dip their spoiler? Joe Zuber, you ripped the front splitter off your Hellcat at 162 miles an hour today? Oh, my God. That's not good. Damn. Ryan says it's a long way to top if you want to rock and roll. Now that's stuck in my head. I got all these AC/DC songs stuck in my head because you guys, damn it. Yeah, Sub-Zero, J Ray Gaming. Cruise control is always good, so you don't get, because you can get distracted real easy on the highway and look down and realize you're going way faster than you think you are. So it'll keep you out of trouble. I got a radar detector, which has kept me out of trouble a couple times. Works pretty well. I would suggest that as well. Like I don't go cruising down the highway at ridiculous speeds for very long, so I don't like my radar detector doesn't do that much good because I don't really speed a lot anyways, just for short distances. Do a quick pull here and there or something like that. So it's not like I'm going on a big long trip where I'm going 20 or 30 or 40 over the whole way. So But I still like to play with gadgets and stuff. So I like having the radar detector because it's kind of fun to see it go off and wait and see where the cop is. And finally, a minute or two later, you'll run into him or whatever. So it's kind of cool. Becky says, as soon as this chat is over, she's going to go watch AC/DC videos. Then all those songs will be really stuck in your head. Or maybe that'll get them out. You don't know. But yeah. Cool, Keith. Life, do you recommend plastic dip if you want to change the spoiler back, or should you paint it? I guess if you want to change it back, plastic dip would be cool. You just peel it back off, supposedly anyway. I've never used the stuff personally, but yeah, you can also use Waves, which I haven't really used, but I've seen videos and stuff. It looks pretty cool. I did have the there's a Escort Live or something like that on my phone, but I got rid of that app because it was completely useless. It would work if people actually used it, but nobody was using it. So, yeah, I got rid of it. It was just taking up space on my phone. So, if everyone uses it and reports what they see, then it would work great. But like, I didn't ever got a single ever report of anything, so I decided to get rid of it. Yeah, Sub-Zero, the quite a few good features that come with the Challenger just in the base price, which is pretty cool. 570 is going to go pack for Vegas. Take care, man. See ya. Thanks for coming in. Good luck in Vegas. Hey, Live, thank you. Thanks for watching and thanks for coming into the chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. I always appreciate all you guys, man. Every viewer, even the ones that don't like me. Still, everybody's important. Yeah, I like all you guys, and I'm thankful for every single comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, every subscriber, every view, man. It's great. Still coming down pretty hard out there. I can hear the trees blowing. Even the ones that get AC/DC stuck in my head. Yes, Dave. Even those ones. When I was making that video today, I think I had it in the video where I was holding the camera up to my head, talking, and these people in the parking lot drove by, and they like almost came to a complete stop, and the guy was just staring at me with this weird look on his face, like wondering what the hell I was doing. So I think it's in the video. I sit there and go, "There's a guy staring at me," or whatever. It's kind of funny. You get used to that pretty quick when you make YouTube videos out in public. At first, it's a little bit weird. You feel kind of weird doing it, but then once you do it for a while, you just don't care what anybody thinks anymore. So you'd be standing there all by yourself, nobody around, talking to a camera. Jean Paul, hey Joey, do you miss your bike at all? And how is the new job going? I haven't really missed the bike that much. I hadn't been riding it a lot, and I just felt good about the guy that bought it. He was like 22-year-old kid. It was his first bike. He was all into Harleys and everything, and he was very, very excited. So I was kind of excited to sell it to him actually. So it'll get good use, and he's going to love it, and it's a great bike and everything. And I know he's going to have a good time. So that made me feel better that it was going to actually get used. I don't want to be that guy who has the bike or the car or whatever that he refuses to sell because someday he's going to use it or fix it up or whatever. So I felt pretty good about that. He was the kid was super, super pumped to have the bike. So that was cool. And new job's going pretty good. It's going better. I'm getting a little more comfortable. It's starting to feel like a little more like home now than it was. So Just Day says, I'm surprised they didn't hear Shook Me All Night Long at the wedding last night. Isn't that a staple? Yeah, I think it is. There's always those certain songs that are like staples at different events. Straight Six fan says it's to have 3 live streams. I want to be in some bouncing in and out. Yeah, Sunday night seems to be the night for live streams. Everybody wants to do one tonight. It's just a good night for it. The weekend's winding down. Everybody's kind of in for the night. Most people are going to work in the morning, so they're kind of just kicking it in front of their computer or whatever till they go to bed. So it's a good time to do it. So yeah, I kind of miss watching some of the live streams personally too. Like I was telling people last week and a couple other times, I like to I start mine a little earlier than most of the other ones, so I usually end it a little bit earlier. So sometimes I have time to jump off here and catch a couple other people's stuff for a few minutes anyway. Sub-Zero says, Joey, I've been watching your channel for a while. Just subscribe to you. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Loved watching you pick your car up and just cruising around. Yeah, I like to keep it simple, you know. That video was great. Of course, it was a great moment, and I was so excited to make that video and look forward to making that video. If I could do it again, that was like a year and a half ago, so it'd be a better video now because I think it would be anyway. I do a little bit better at making videos than I was at the time, but anyway, it was a great video, and I just like to keep it pretty simple. It's just me in the car and whatever happens, and nothing too exciting, but just kind of an everyday normal dude with the car. So it's kind of what I aim for, kind of what I am. So just do it like that. It seems to work pretty well. So a lot of people like it. So I'm happy about that. Always happy to share everything with everybody. Yeah. Yeah, straight six. You hear that on the YouTube, feeling weird at the beginning, then you don't give a dang anything. Yeah, I don't care anymore. I'll walk right past a group of people talking the hell to myself, and a lot of them know what you're doing, and the ones that don't, I don't care anyway. So sometimes they get curious and they want to know what you're doing. But Chris Evans says ACDC is not a bad thing to have in your head. That's true. It's not too bad. There's a lot worse things to have in your head. I was at Shopko today or yesterday. They're going out of business here. Most of the Shopkos, if you guys know what those stores are going out of business. Ours is going out of business. They had a bunch of T-shirts really cheap, and they had this huge stack of Britney Spears T-shirts for some reason that were like $2 or something. I almost bought one. I'm not sure where the hell those came from, but anyway, thought it was kind of funny. I don't know if those had been stuck in the back room for 15 years or what, but or 20 years, whatever. Yeah, straight six. I just kind of let it go, just kind of do whatever, and just some of my videos are more exciting than others. Some of them are just everyday stuff. Some of them are actual events that happen or whatever. But just whatever, I just like to make videos, and people seem to like them, so I'm happy about that. Sean Paul says, okay, good night, Joey. Keep up the good video. Thank you, man. Thanks, Sean Paul. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Always good to see you. Yeah, Sub-Zero, I bet you're getting excited about picking that car up. That's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good moment that you're not ever going to forget either. So keep that in mind when you're enjoying that moment, that you're going to remember that. Always going to remember that. Even if you go on to get bigger and better things, you're still going to remember that. So Straight Six says, what's the next perspective mod? I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. Shawnee, what's going on? Good evening, Joey. What's new? Anything good? Just had a good weekend, relaxing kind of weekend, and enjoying the chat here with everybody. Got a nice storm outside. You can hear the rain pounding down, the wind, so it's kind of a nice night to be inside doing this. Sub-Zero, take care, man. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for subscribing, and take care, dude. Good luck with that. Good luck with the car. Shawnee, yes, I have seen the Motley Crue documentary, The Dirt. Yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, it's not like the greatest cinematic, greatest, wonderful movie in the century, but it's a good story, and it's kind of true. And definitely everyone should watch that on Netflix if they get a chance. It's pretty good. It give you a little taste of what things were actually like in the 80s. It's not that far off from the stuff I experienced, so we weren't quite that crazy, but close. Straight Six. Speaking of t-shirts, my video that goes live at 8:30 tonight unveils my newest t-shirt, which is very Mopar. Cool. Very Mopar. Sounds interesting. Yeah, just Dave, that Aussie scene was funny, and I've heard that story before. I mean, I know it was in the book back in like 2000. Remember that book came out. They've always talked about that Aussie scene. I think Aussie denies that actually happened, and there's probably the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. But Shawnee, so you're about the same age. Yeah, you remember the 80s very well. So people were a little crazier back then, in a lot of ways. People think they're pretty extreme now, but I think people are a little more reserved these days than they were at the time. There's less to worry about back then, about being politically correct, or I don't know. It was a different time for sure. Yeah, Ozzy was wasted, so I don't know how you could. They're all wasted, so who really remembers? When you got a whole bunch of guys drunk and drugs and everything else, who knows what the real story is? Because they all are going to remember it differently. I know with the book, The Dirt, was from the perspective of each band member. So a lot of the stories are similar, but they're a little bit different. The same story, they each have their own perspective on it. And that's because it's that way whether you're drunk or not. If four of us got together for one weekend and then we all wrote down our experience that weekend, we'd have the same stories, but we'd all have a little bit different version of it and the way we saw it or whatever. So interesting stuff though. Surround Sound Freak 13, welcome. Hi, Joey. Hope all is well. I have 4 more payments on my wife's car that will be going for my RT. Cool. Awesome. Get good luck with that and just get it done. You're going to be happy when you get that. When you get the car, you're going to be thrilled. Good cars, great cars. Ron Johnson. Hello. What's going on, Ron? Hey, you went to your first car show today. There were 8 challengers. Awesome. Nice. Shawnee says, weather permitting, he's taking the Challenger to the track this Wednesday night. Yeah, I heard that you got that thing on a diet, so got about a couple 100 pounds out of it. Cool. Nice. That should make a pretty good difference, getting a couple 100 pounds out of there. These things are so damn heavy. One of them was a Hellcat supercharger on it. Real sweet sound. Yeah, they sound great. I love the Hellcats, man. Still want one. Sounds like the storm's letting up a little bit. Keith Williams, how did you become interested in the Challenger Scat Pack? Have you owned any other? No, I haven't owned any other high performance Mopars. I was kind of into motorcycles and old pickups and stuff like that, and I loved all the old muscle cars, and I always liked Camaros and stuff, and Mustangs and Challengers and everything. And then when the new Challenger came out, back in the late 2000s, there, I kind of fell in love with the look because it was such a retro look and everything, and I always wanted one. And then just over the last few years, it kind of built up to a point where it was like, I got to buy one. I just got to get one. And it was kind of a gradual thing. And there was a time, probably about 5 years ago, when I was kind of looking at Mustangs and Camaros and Challengers and kind of dreaming about getting one, but I wasn't in a position to buy any of them at the time. And then sort of became more and more Challenger obsessed. And that's kind of where it went. So. Surround Sound Freak 13 says, thanks, buddy. I may not be the fast driver, but I'm more of a 50 style cruising in a muscle car with my girl. And that's always fun too, man. Just cruising around in any car, let alone a muscle car, is even better. So yeah, just cruising around, having a good time. Kind of what I do most of the time. I'm not out at the track or anything. I'm just out screwing around the car. So it's relaxing and fun, and it's great therapy and great recreation. And Sean went to a mini car show today. There were 2 446 pack Challengers, a 71 Roadrunner 446 pack, and about 4 modern Challengers like ours. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds like a good show. Lots of Mopars. Yeah, I like to just kind of cruise around the car, and when I get out of town a little bit and there's nobody around, I might get on it a little bit and have a little bit of fun where it's safe and there's nobody around. And um, but yeah, just cruising around town having a good time, and that's like my favorite thing about the car. So Chris Evans says, can't wait for warmer days so I can clean out the winter out of the inside, feel out of place with your XXT. And you all have Scat Packs. Nothing wrong with an XXT, man. Those are cool cars too. 305 horsepower, and you can't beat it. It's a great car. So no problems there. Ron Johnson still haven't gotten the tires and rims on. I will get it done. I think I'm just going to take it down to the local shop here and have them throw them on there for me. Of course, then I got to load them all up and get them down there. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll get it done. It's just been one of those things that I just can't seem to. I keep putting it off because there's other stuff going on. Yep, as long as you enjoy your car, that's all that matters. No matter what it is, and that's a really cool car. There's tons and tons of people out there that would love to be able to get an SXT. So just keep that in mind. You should feel very, very lucky, and because there's tons of people out there that would, they'd give anything to be able to get one of those. So. Tail Happy Production said he started with the 12 RT. Cool. So you got it down to 3,980 pounds. Cool. Yeah, bring your floor jack down. We'll get those things on in a few minutes. I thought about just buying one because I don't have one. So I was looking at them, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll get it done though. Just Dave says the Toyota Camrys are nice looking cars too. I want to test drive maybe when my lease is up. I can't even think what they even look like. I guess I've seen them in NASCAR, so I kind of know what they look like. I've been at Toyota dealerships lately, but I don't pay a whole lot of attention other than the stuff the girlfriend's looking at. So that Toyota dealership in Grand Island, Nebraska, totally blew her off the other day, or few weeks ago. Actually, not the other day. I shouldn't say that. About 3-4 weeks ago, which was really weird because we're going to buy a car, and they didn't. They kind of shoved her aside. Someone else walked in that they seemed to want to talk to more, and they just abandoned her and went and talked to this other person and told her to wait. And so she waited about 2 minutes, and when nobody came back to talk to her, she's like, okay, never mind. We left. So it's kind of weird, but I don't know. Yeah, Sean, I believe the Prius that you guys have seen in one of the videos and stuff will be replaced by a new Prius Prime, which is the one you actually plug it in. Because this one just recharges itself and whatever, and runs partially on battery and partially on regular engine. And the Prime runs more. It's more of an electric car. You plug it in, charge it up, and then you go. I forget how far before the regular motor kicks in at all. So it's a little different system. Yeah, we won't be buying a car there, Becky. That's too bad for them. I mean, they probably don't care, but anyway, we'll find the people down in Salina, Kansas were very, very nice to us. So they took us on a full tour of every car in the damn dealership, actually, but which was a little bit over the top, but they were very nice. So if we bought one from a dealer anywhere near, it would probably be again in Salina, Kansas, just like where we bought the Challenger down there at the Dodge dealership. So. Yeah, there's not very many Toyota dealerships out here, but certainly wouldn't go to them. Shivos Adventures, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. You're on your break again, so you won't stay. Probably won't be able to stay too long. Cool, man. Thanks for being in here. Good to see you. Popping in on your break. That's nice of you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, Fat Boy Marshalls is a good dealership, and I forget the name of the Toyota dealership down there, but whatever it was, they were super cool too. Very helpful. Gave her all kinds of pamphlets and showed her every car that was even close to what she wanted, and said they'd get her something, get her whatever she needs, and they were pretty cool down there. So I just like that town. I really like it down there. So. Just Dave took you to. It took 5 dealerships before you found. Yeah, that's kind of how we were with the Challenger. Went to a few dealerships. One of them had me drive about 150 miles, telling me that there was an orange Scat Pack that was still there, hadn't been sold. It was a 6-speed. It was on the lot. And when I got there, they were like, "Oh, we just sold it like an hour ago, just this morning." And it's supposedly, according to what they told me and everything, that they had been there for like 3 months. I find it hard to believe that they sold it the same morning that I drove down there. So I don't believe them, and they kind of made me mad. And I had a couple others that just made me feel super uncomfortable. So yeah, we ended up down in Salina, stopped in that place, and they were just super cool. So threw us the keys to another Challenger, let us take that out, and looked for other Challengers like we wanted, like a 500-mile radius, see if they could find one. Couldn't find it. Pulled out the order book, see what we could do there. Got the, just they're just super cool. So they bent over backwards to help us out. So that made a big difference. Toyota's Collins. That's Collins Toyota down in Salina. Cool. Okay. Sean, they gave you $1,000 off to make it right, so that's cool. See, if mistakes happen and things happen, but it's in any business, stuff's going to go wrong. It's how they handle when it goes wrong. That's what really shows you, because whether it's a restaurant, car dealership, a shoe store, or whatever, stuff's going to go wrong. It's just how do they handle it when it goes wrong? What do they do? Danette Sunby, what's going on? 80 degrees. Yeah, we had 80 degrees too. I was just telling Kim earlier, it almost feels hot outside. So it was kind of nice. It was just on the verge of hot. I've been hearing people talk about the Camaro thing, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I know they're doing some changes or something. So Sean almost bought the first 392 6-speed Challenger that he test drove. It was a 2016 SRT White Pearl. Oh, but that was probably a good looking car. Nice. I didn't even need to drive one. I knew I wanted it, so I knew I was going to love it. She wanted to drive a Challenger just to see if she felt comfortable driving the big car stuff, which I knew she would. So she drove an RT down there at Marshall, loaded in an orange RT. And once she took it out, she loved that. And then I was telling her, you're gonna, the way it sounds, it's gonna sound even better, and you have a bunch more horsepower and everything else. And so she was all into it. So. Oh, it's making V8 standard in all models, in base models. Cool. Yeah, 6-speed. I figured that's what you were trying to say. Shivos Adventures is still driving a 93 Ford Econoline van. I really need a new car. Nothing wrong with that, though. If it still works, if it still gets you around, hell. Vans are convenient, too, so. Dominic says not enough changes on the Camaro, though. They made some mistakes with the Camaro a while back, so we'll see if they can pull themselves out of that mess they got themselves into. Looks like they're trying. At least they're doing something, instead of trying to gloss it over and pretend like people are, they're actually doing something. So that's cool. Just Day says he likes the idea of the LT1 because you don't need all that stuff for the track and racing. Just a V8 would be nice. Yeah, kind of that's a cool concept. Give him the V8, but without all the other expensive. That's what a lot of people want, and they end up with all the other stuff that they really didn't want, but because they wanted the bigger motor. So, uh, Sean says 2003 Windstar, 200,000 miles, still your daily driver, runs fine. You drive the 300C and the Challenger on the weekends. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of vans are cool. I like vans. I like to there's a convenient factor and nothing wrong with them at all. 200,000 miles and still running fine. Can't beat that. Yeah, it's kind of like the RT. Chad Kempster, does anyone else think the new Blazer looks like a Camaro SUV? Yeah, I kind of think the Blazer is disappointing to me, but I wish it was a little bit more retro Blazerish looking. But yeah, I think all the Chevys kind of look the same. If they all have that super resemblance to each other, which I guess is what they're going for. I'm not sure if I agree with that approach to cars or not. If all the brands, each brand has all of its cars kind of look like each other. I'm not crazy about that, but Sean says he's glad the Camaro came back to push the Mustang and the Challenger. Yeah, to be better. Competition's always good. It makes everybody better. So, not your cup of tea. I agree. Kind of the same way for Corvettes anyway. Yeah, I love Corvettes, and I'm very excited about the new Vet coming up. That should be pretty awesome. So, I've seen some of the Ford Bronco concepts. I don't know if that's going to actually happen or not, but it looks really cool. If they do anything like that, it'd be awesome. The Blazer, on the other hand, just looks like another generic GM thing. So I don't know. I wish they would do something. I wish they would have done something a little more interesting with the Blazer if they're going to use that name. Just Day says he likes the Blazer, but not for that price. I don't even know what they cost. Dominic, I think you think Chevy brought back the big conversion vans back. Conversion vans are cool. Ford is making the Explorer ST. Is the Bronco actually going to come out? Because I always see those drawings and renderings and stuff, but I haven't actually seen if it's going to actually happen because I've been seeing that for a long time, like years. I have a feeling they're going to do a better job with the Bronco than GM did with the Blazer. We'll see, though, if they do. Sean said he's sad Ford doesn't really have an SVT division anymore. Shivos Adventure says Sean is that he's talking to Sean. Says his Econoline is getting really close to 300,000 miles. Damn. On the original engine and transmission, fingers crossed to make it to 400. Man, 300,000. That's pretty impressive. Definitely, those are good vans. Bye, Chris. Take care, Chris. Thank you for coming in. Justin Judd works at a Ford dealership. They say it should be out in 2020. Cool. That'll be exciting. Did the Ford Ranger flop? I thought it looked pretty cool, and I liked the commercials. I mean, I didn't personally. The commercials for it didn't really speak to me, but I thought they were on the right track with what they were trying to do, as far as trying to get younger guys who were into extreme sports and all that stuff into the thing. So I don't know. I thought it looked cool. It's apparently not doing well. Just Dave says, really, he's actually interested in the Ranger. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking when he said that. I thought, I didn't realize it didn't do well. Surround Sound Free 13 said, I would love to see Mustang Camaro do a limited run of old school designs. Yeah, I like the Challenger. I bet you they would sell well. Joe Zubert, $20. Thank you. Joe Zubert has left the building. Good night. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that so much. Thank you, man. Awesome, dude. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for doing that. That's the coolest thing ever. Thank you very much. Thanks, Joe. So the Rangers are not selling. Damn. I'm surprised by that, actually. I don't know what they cost, though. Maybe they're too high price. Yeah, Sean, the 2005 Mustangs were retro, and then they kind of got more and more modern now. I like the Mustang, though. I think it looks good. I really do think the Mustang looks good. I'm not really into the super modern look for necessarily, but I think it looks good, especially compared to the Camaro. And I hate to keep dogging on the Camaro, but I think the Mustang looks 10 times better than the Camaro. Main complaint is the price. Yeah, what are they running on? Like for a, I wonder. I don't even know. I mean, I haven't looked into that far other than checking it out on YouTube videos and the commercials. So if they're going after you like younger dudes who are into all the extreme sports and all that stuff, at least that's what appears with the commercials, then if the price is too high, they're not really going to reach those guys that much probably. So I don't know. Just Dave, like the Chevy Colorado, they never have incentives on them. I like that Colorado, the what is the ZR2 or whatever. It's pretty cool. Danette Sunday says Red Eye is selling, fast food, time to buy, stock and Pirelli tires. Dominic says the Rangers are overpriced. You might as well get a full size. Is it that close to the price? Because yeah, if it's too close to the price, you might as well get the full size truck. Sean says you saw two GT350 Mustangs. I love those cars so much. What a great sounding car too. I mean, that thing sounds amazing. You saw two of those at the show. One was white and one was bright red. Cool. Love those cars. One of the other cars I would definitely consider if I were looking for something else probably be a Hellcat, but that would be strong consideration trying to get a hold of one of those. Both of them were 2017 or newer. Just Dave says you like them all. You like them all. If you're going to do a daily drive, you go for Mustang, but for a weekend warrior, you go Camaro. Hell, let's just, I think we should all just get one of each. We'll all have a Challenger, Camaro, a Mustang. Let's see, Ford and Chevy should give us, Mopar guys, they should give us one to use for a couple of years, a Mustang and a Camaro. Then we can compare, and see if, I don't think they're going to go for that idea, but I want to run it by them anyway. Sean doesn't even run his Pirellis. He runs his Nittos on there every day. Justin Joe's thinking about, and his friend are thinking about getting a GT500 and putting the engine in a Fox Body Mustang. Wow. Yeah, Sean, the GT50 and Hellcat are similar money, I think, but they're totally different cars. Yeah, they're different purposes, different. But man, I love them both. I love the way the GT50 looks and sounds, and everything about the way it handles and everything. Obviously, it's a little bit more of a road race kind of driver's car, and I really like that about it. I think it's cool, and I think it just sounds so damn good. But ideally, I have one of each. But there I go dreaming again. If I had to do one or the other, if I had that kind of money and there was only one car, I'd probably do the Hellcat. But Surround Sound Freak 13, is there a mod you really want to do but maybe holding back on? Full exhaust would be one rather than just the I got the mini bullets on there in place of the stock mufflers, and it sounds really good, but I like to do a full exhaust. Some small mods, just appearance stuff that I would like to do. I'd like to get the windows tinted, but the other driver of the car doesn't, she's not into the tinted windows thing, so I've got to try to convince her on that. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, so we'll see. But that's not something that I'm that worried about. I just would like to do it. But yeah, I've got to start playing the lottery. Dang it. Sean's had 12 different Mustangs previously. All my Ford buddies love my Scat Pack Challenger with all my Ford buddies. Yeah, that's cool because, I think most people who are into, whether you're into Camaros or Mustangs or Challengers, you respect and like the other cars too. I mean, they're all cool. So without those other ones, the one we like might not even exist. So you always got to keep that in mind. It's like people, if Ford hadn't done the Thunderbird way back in the day, the Corvette probably would not exist because the Corvette was a big failure the first couple of years. But then when Ford did the little two-door Thunderbird thing, GM and Chevy felt like they had to keep the Corvette going because they didn't want to just walk away and be the loser in that little contest there. And that's why we have Corvettes today. If it weren't for that 55 T-Birds and 56 T-Birds and all that, the Corvette probably would have gone away a long time ago. It'd be a little footnote in history. You'd see one of those you'd see an old Corvette at a car show every now and again, and that'd be about it. Justin Jett says, yeah, you have 3 race cars already. He has 3 race cars already. Old Malibu, Trans Am, and a Chevelle with 900 horsepower. Sweet. Chevrolet's Adventures, it says message retracted. I don't know what happened there. Dominic's seen quite a few GT350s with low miles for around 50. That's pretty good. Yeah, Barton Shifter would be really nice. I don't know if I'd ever convince her of that one. Maybe after the car's paid off and out of warranty and all that stuff, probably be open to doing a little more to it. Surround Sound's getting out of here. Sorry you have to go. If you ever pass by Columbus, I'll save you some brats and dogs or a steak. Cool. Have a good night. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it, Surround Sound. Take care, dude. Justin Judd can't wait to see the Hellcat Ram. Yeah, it'd be cool. There's always so much cool stuff getting ready to happen or about to happen or just happened. It's a good time to be into cars and stuff. It's good. We're going through a good period right now. Yeah, Sean, it's pretty much both our cars. We bought the car together, so I can't just unilaterally do stuff to it. It has to be a mutual decision on everything. So if you watch the video where we got it, there's a big sign in the window that says "Congratulations, Kim and Joe." Justin J says, I wish they would have a V8 and all-wheel drive Charger again, though, because winter in New Jersey is no joke. Yeah, I bet. Winter here is pretty rough down in Nebraska, but I bet New Jersey is probably a little worse. That would be perfect for you. I am so glad we're out of winter. And at least we got a few months of good weather, hopefully all the way through like November-ish. We'll be doing some pretty good weather anyway. I'll be complaining about the heat in a couple weeks here. Watch. Sean says that's why he's keeping his all-wheel drive 300C V8. They don't make them like that anymore. Yeah. Keith Williams, take care. I have to go get a good night's sleep. Hey, good night, Keith. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming, man. I think the storm has passed. I don't hear anything out there now. So the house is still standing, and I didn't hear any trees fall down or anything, so I think we're okay. I didn't check the weather. What else? We might have more coming tonight. I don't know, but for the moment, we're good. Boise City Mopar, what's going on? Good to see you. You're late. That's right, Chad. I'm never happy with the weather. There's like 3 days a year where I'm like, hey, the weather's great. Today was one of those days. Except it was windy. It was windy today, though. Damn it. Shivos is going back to work. Nice to see you again live, Joe. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Have a good rest of your shift and everything. Hope that all goes good for you. Take care, man. Thank you for being here. Justin says it's storming in Jersey all day yesterday and today. We've had a pretty good weekend here, but we've been this time of year we get a lot of wind. We get a lot of wind all the time, but particularly in the early spring here, like this in the springtime, it's pretty windy all the time. Sean put 50% tint on his Challenger. Not all that dark, actually. I wish I went 30%. Wouldn't be too bad to think about it. I'll see if I can email you a good picture. Cool, yeah. I want to get Kim to like ride in a couple of cars with. I think 35% is the legal limit here, so something like that, so she could see that it's not that different. It doesn't impede your vision or anything, even at night. I wouldn't go too dark. I don't want to go so dark that I can't see. I'm not into that at all, but. Tell Happy's getting out of here too. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Tell Happy, take care. Have a good night. Thanks for being here, man. Boise City Mopar will be working 6 days this week. Yeah, that's what I do now. I work 6 days a week now, so the hours are shorter. It's short days, but it's 6 of them, so it's a little different. Still adjusting to that. It seems like when I get off Saturday at noon that I am going right back to work Monday morning in a flash, but we'll see how this goes. Justin Judd says 35% of night is kind of rough at night for you, though, and just roll down the window. I hope she's not watching this. I guess 2 weeks ago she was watching, and apparently I don't remember what she's talking about, but apparently I called her what's her face or something, and she didn't appreciate that. I don't remember doing that, but I'm not doubting it. I don't remember it at all. Oh, you guys lost 6 people in a week? Jeez. Yeah, I busted. I'd come out and she was like, so what's her name, huh? I was like, what? What are you talking about? I don't remember it. I'd have to watch the stream back again to even remember what I was talking about and why I would have called her that. I don't know, but Chad's out of here later. Thanks, Chad. Have a good night. Have a good week. Becky Ware says she's not sure what her tint is, but it seems darker than mine. Delete the evidence. Just Jason. So you don't know what your tint is, but it's darker than. Yeah, I think the legal limit here is 35. If I remember, I looked it up a while back. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So Boise says it doesn't matter. A bunch of overtime. That's always good. Justin Jed got the SXT Plus, white with black top package. Plus the thing looks good. Awesome. We're about an hour and 14. We'll go about another 15 minutes or so, guys. A little 10, 12, 15 minutes, something like that. And then we'll be getting out of here. It's been a pretty good chat. It's gone by quick because there's been so much going on. The time flew. I can't believe we've been here for an hour and 14 minutes already. The whole storm passed by. Becky Ware says it's not as near as dark as the tint she had on her old Sunfire. Used to forget that people can actually see you. You feel invisible when you're in that darker tint. Has anyone seen the Avengers Endgame yet? I don't watch that stuff, so I know nothing about that. That means you're Boise, with all that extra work, you're going to be one step closer to another car. Cool. Chris Evans says, Judge, that you're glad to see someone else's next XST Plus. Very cool cars. Oh, Boise said you might buy a 2019 Malibu. Yeah, they sell a lot more SXTs than they do Scat Packs. I don't run into very many Scat Packs. A couple of Chargers, and then there was one that I saw down in Salina on the lot, a Challenger. But I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, so I don't run into a lot of other cars, period. But Dominic says, would you tint the windows on a leased car? Not sure if you would or not. I don't know. I think something like that, I probably wouldn't worry too much about just tinting windows. But yeah, in a leased car, you don't want to do too much. I know I've seen there's certain YouTubers who have leased cars that do all kinds of modifications to them. I suppose if you're planning on for sure buying it at the end of the lease, then. Sean, there are no other V8 Challengers in my town. There's an SXT. There's another SXT that's in a town near here. It comes through town once in a while. There was a 2012 SRT 392, the Yellow Jacket edition, but he sold it and driving something else now. So I haven't seen that car around in like a year. I see more Hellcats than Scat Packs too when I'm just going down the highway in some of the cities and stuff. I see a few Hellcats usually, but don't see any Scat Packs. Dave was just in a Malibu with that CVT transmission, pretty dang smooth. Those aren't bad looking cars. Nothing wrong with SXTs though, man. They're cool cars. There's only one. I'm trying to think. There's a Camaro SS in town. It's like a 2010 or 12. Must be a 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. I'm not sure on the Camaros. Trying to think if there's even a 5.0 Mustang around here. I don't think so. There's a bunch of Mustangs around here, but they're all 6 cylinders. I might be missing somebody. I can't think. There's not a lot of stuff around here, so. Dominic says if Dodge doesn't come out with the new models in the next 3 years, you'll probably buy a wide body Hellcat. I want the wide body Hellcat so bad. So bad. So it gets the Malibu gets just good fuel mileage as the Camry and Accord. Did you say it's a little? I think you said somewhere that's a little less expensive, a little cheaper than. Yeah, if you're buying something in that price range, that class of car or whatever, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with them. They look pretty cool. If they get the mileage and they're a little cheaper, what the hell? Justin Judd says dream car is a 95 SS Impala. Very cool. This guy used to always come to my job with one. He swapped the SS engine with the Corvette Stingray engine. Those are cool cars. I always liked those a lot. Fat Boy says there's 2 Hellcats and a few Scats, both Charger and Challenger, quite a bit of RTs. Just Dave's never been in a Camry, so you can't say there. I've never been in a Camry either. I've been in a really old Camry, way, way back, old one. Shawnee parked next to another Octane Red Challenger last week. Yeah, I saw that. It was a demon. Very cool. Very, very cool. So Boise City says the base model Camry is 21, the Accord is 22, and the Malibu is 17. Well, hell, that's a lot. You could add a bunch of stuff to it and still be under, or have money left over for something else or whatever. Yeah. Justin Judd likes the new Supra. I'm not really that into it. It looks okay, I guess. It's kind of cool, but it seemed like when it first came out, it just kind of left everybody flat a little bit. Maybe it's starting to catch on now. People have been able to look at it a little longer. We're at 121. We're going to go about another 8 minutes, guys, and then start heading out of here. We have 11 people still here and 11 thumbs up. Cool. 11, that's a good sign. So you can buy an LT Malibu for the same price as the base model Camry and Accord. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could probably move up to something a little bit better. But for Justin's always loved the old Japanese cars and American muscles. Yeah, I like everything too. I'm a little bit into everything. Not so much Japanese stuff. I like cool cars are cool cars. I'm not like Mr. Brand guy. Every car company makes cool stuff. Every car company has made some bad stuff too. So nobody has bragging rights on always making great stuff because they've all had their mistakes. They've all had their great cars. So Dominic says he likes the new Supra. I wish they would have given it at least about 50 more horsepower. Yeah, I think that was one of the people. One of the things you kept hearing was it little low on power, and a lot of people thought it was a little, I guess, boring looking or too different looking and not Supra-ish enough or whatever. Like it didn't remind you of a Supra or whatever. So I don't know. Shawnee, thank you very much. $2. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate that, dude. Awesome, man. Thank you. Good night, Sean. Thanks a lot for coming in. Thanks for all the pictures and everything, too. Thanks, man. Becky wouldn't mind a 67 Impala. Yeah, that would be sweet. Great cars, beautiful cars. Justin seems to agree with the 67 Impala comment. Night, Sean. Thank you, man. Boise City says Japanese cars are getting too expensive. You can buy American for cheaper, which is going to help the domestic car companies if that trend continues. And, that'll help. But I think most of them are doing fairly okay right now anyway. But the economy's kicking ass right now, so. Yeah, I saw some pictures of that Kia Stinger. It looks pretty cool. That's an interesting looking car. Good looking car. Boise City's mom had a 69 Impala. Nice car. Yeah, it's a nice car. Big, beautiful car. Oh, God. Ugh. I think we're all falling asleep here. It got really quiet. Your dad, Boise City Mopar's dad had a Pacer. I remember when I was a little kid, I thought they were kind of cool looking. I'm not sure why I thought that, but I still don't think they're that bad. And the Gremlin was kind of cool too. Interesting, definitely different, They were out there on their own little island there. Nobody looked like that. Justin wanted a Kia Stinger or a Challenger and went the Mopar way. Cool. We like that. There's just so many good cars and cool cars out there now. So it's a good time to be, into this stuff and be car shopping and all that because there's a lot of cool stuff. So Becky says the 67 Impala is the reason that she has her 2014 RT Classic in my driveway. Strange connection, but I wanted the old school look. Yeah. I think that's a lot of the Challenger appeal of the Challengers. It's got that old school look to it. Fat Boy's getting out of here. You have a good one. See you. All right, man. Take care, dude. Thanks for coming in. Have a good night. Have a good week. Just Dave grew up in a GM-only household, and now you're trying to expand. That's always a good thing. I grew up in pretty much we had a couple of GM cars, but a lot of my family worked at Ford in Detroit, so a lot of Fords in the family, still is to this day. I'm the only one with a Mopar, so. Boise City's getting out of here as well. See y'all next week. Thanks for coming in, Boise. Good to see you again. I think I'm going to head out of here myself, so we'll start saying goodbye to everybody and going to shut this down and get ready for work tomorrow. That's okay, though. It's better than not getting ready for work tomorrow, I guess. So good to have a job, good to have income and all that stuff, so I can't complain. So anyways, thanks a lot, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it, guys. You guys rock. Appreciate all the great – tonight's conversation was awesome. We had a lot going on here, a lot of people, and a very good, lively discussion. I really like that. Thank you, Dominic. Thanks, Dominic. Appreciate the buck, man. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, job is a blessing. So when you get up in the morning, you don't feel like going, think of it the other way. Lucky to have it, and everything's a blessing. So see you later, Becky. Yeah, we'll stay safe out here. Watch those mosquitoes out there. Take care, everybody. We're going to rock now. Everybody, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for supporting the channel and everything, man. I totally appreciate that. Can't say it enough. You guys rock. See you guys. Bye, Justin, Dave, everybody, Becky, everybody, Boise, everybody who's here, Fat Boy, everybody. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care, Dominic. See you guys. I'm out of here now. See you next time. I'll be getting some videos out here shortly.